But here's proof that nothing in the NFL makes sense. Are you ready? I want you to put your speed reading ears on because I'm going to go through this fast. Here we go. And over the last couple of weeks, the Browns beat the Bengals by 25, only to lose to the Patriots by 38 a week later. The Cowboys trailed 30-0 against the Broncos, then beat the Falcons by 40. The Bills lost to the Jaguars of all team 9-6, then beat the Jets by 28 in a game that wasn't nearly that close. The Cardinals beat the 49ers by 2 touchdowns without Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins, only to then turn around and lose to Carolina by 24. The Panthers lost by 18 to the Patriots, then beat Arizona by 24. The Ravens won an overtime thriller against the Vikings, then scored 10 points against the Dolphins, their fewest with Lamar Jackson. The Buccaneers have lost 2 in a row, including Sunday to Washington off their bye. The Seahawks beat the Jags by 24 in a game started by Geno Smith, then got shut out with Russell Wilson. So the point is, nothing makes sense. And I think I have a theory as to why this is. I think the 17th game actually does change teams' mentality a little bit. I think we actually have a dog days in the NFL, that every team is going to have like a little blip. Not the Jets. They play terrible every week. But every team, like we saw it, I think that there's a combination, the playoff-bound teams or teams that are thinking playoff thoughts, which all of them are, they're going to be a little careful with injury at this time of year. They have an extra game to deal with this year. More teams are going to make the playoffs, so more teams are playing harder, and it's not as easy to find cheap wins. I think that there is a little bit, based on the 17th game, psychologically, I think that's a big difference. Like, we're just barely halfway through the season, and next week is Thanksgiving. Like, usually you think of Thanksgiving as the season's almost over, but it doesn't feel that way right now. And I think that's what it is. I think teams are going to lay eggs every now and again, more often in the NFL than we're accustomed to. What do you think of that theory?
The 17th game theory is an interesting one. I think just as likely as the fact that maybe that there really aren't any great teams, and maybe that will show up even by the end of this season. The last thing I would say is quarterback play has been so incredibly good in the NFL in recent years, and that is obviously what drives results in this league. Defenses seem to have caught up some, and quarterback numbers have been suppressed a little bit. Most of the teams that we obviously expect to be great are teams with great quarterbacks, and a lot of those performances aren't quite there. So to me, it's some combination thereof.
Okay, whatever it might be. I just thought it was kind of interesting to see that nothing seems to be quite working. So thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.